I'll be there for you. Somewhere, somehow. I'll be there for you. I'll be there for you.
Presso, turn me up, boy. Presso, turn me up, boy.
Somewhere, somehow. I'll be there for you. Somewhere, somehow. I'll be there for you. I'll be there for you.
Yo, Bash, you been tripping on them hoes.
Burn live, y'all. Burn live, y'all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever time you're watching this. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. I know I put some controversial things up in the descriptions for people to come in and tune into this marijuana weed assumption. But hey, I just want to let y'all know, man, it be going down. The reports that I've seen today is, look, black people, we only safe in America. We cannot go outside this country. We cannot go to other countries without getting locked up. It's actually starting to become a problem. It's actually starting to become a trend that people are getting locked up in other countries that are black, and then they're crying back to America, oh, come help me, come save me. I was innocent. They had no reason to be locking us up in other countries when it is highly known that laws and rules change when you go outside of other countries. These are facts, y'all. So I wanted to start this off by showing you already what happens in America with women, and then we're gonna go into what happens outside the country with women. Oh Lord.
You driving this? Yeah? Turn around, put your hands on your back.
Yeah,
Turn around, put your hands on your back.
cousin, just relax. Somebody just hit it.
You just hit and ran somebody else. Yeah, you did.
Sir, somebody hit me.
Listen to me. Relax.
Lexi, calm down. Let me call Teddy on the phone.
41 Central, 11012. Relax. Relax.
Let me call Lexi.
Relax. Mission to Guild. I asked her if she was driving. She said yes. Somebody hit and ran her, and she took off.
Can I get up on the call, sister?
Yeah.
This is my little cousin.
Female third search.
I gotta call
chance.
Carol.
600 Speedway.
Somebody gotta come and get me. They'll come. Let me see your phone.
Are you okay? Are you injured?
Yeah.
Why did you flee the scene?
Cause I was
What's your name?
scared,
What's your name
sir.
first? Talk to me real quick, all right? I'm sorry for doing that to you right now, but I have to put you in handcuffs. Listen to me.
Okay,
What's
my
your
name
first
is
name?
Alexis.
All right,
Portman.
listen to me real quick, all right? Alexis, you have the right to remain
Hey,
silent.
this
Anything you
is,
say may be used as evidence against you. You have the right to talk to an attorney or have him or her with you now or anytime you're in question. If you cannot afford it, the attorney won't be appointed to represent you. If at any time you wish to stop talking or have an attorney present, I'll question him to stop your request. You understand your rights? Okay. Explain to me why you ran.
Okay.
Or why you
I
drove
was
away.
coming out, so
Right there. Shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. Shut up. Sit your ass down. Go find your lawyer. Go back over there talking to your cousin. They're in handcuffs. You understand? Now this is a woman who got locked up with no license. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Started crying. You did the road and you locked up. Look at this.
when I drove out, the police hit their lights.
Okay.
But when the police hit their lights, I kept going. But when I kept going, I already turned. Their lights were off. So me thinking they're trying to get around me, so I kept going. You feel me? I was scared. I know I have no license, so I got scared. I panicked.
Okay.
So
I have no license. I got scared. This is in America. This is in America where you have the opportunity.
kept going. As I kept going, I did not
explain.
hit them, sir. As me going, they was coming out and they bashed it to the side.
Explain yourself. You see? You see? You
I
see?
didn't hit them at all,
Y'all
sir. If
see?
I hit them, my front thing.
I'm saying it again. You see? You can explain yourself because this is America. This is where you belong. Okay? Now, when I show you these other stories, and I bring up these other stories because I don't know the full content, somebody else gonna bring you these stories. But when you bring up these other stories in other countries, it's a different outcome. It's a different outtake. People think like I make these videos. I don't know what people think when I make videos, but I'm making these videos to help try to see and try to learn people for the future, for the present, and not from the past, because this is past. I know that was a dumb, stupid joke, but listen, this is truly how it should be done over here in America. Okay, That's truly how it's done over here. Okay. Now y'all probably like, hey, she wrong or she not in the wrong, and however you may feel about the situation. I don't know. All I know is these other stories, which I ain't gonna lie to y'all. When I was seeing, I was like, "Are you serious?" And then I found out these in other countries. I was like, "Are you serious?" I would go to the biter one first. That dude reported. I couldn't believe that this was really going on.
Representation for black women.
I
Stop
tell-
posting her. She's disgusting.
I feel like when they say disgusting, they're not lying. I feel like the people ain't, if you, whatever you heard about me is the truth.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We got to talk about degenerate behavior once again that we seem to be exporting to other countries. Now, over the past few days, I've done a few stories that all are kind of related to this story that I'm going to do in this video, right? One story I did was about the ghetto rapper by the name of Sexy Red going to a high school auditorium with the middle fingers up, throwing up gang signs, okay? And her claim to fame is rapping about her butthole and the color of her butthole and her vagina, right? The color of her genitalia, okay? And you had a whole bunch of black students celebrating this person as if they've contributed anything good to society, okay? They've been nothing but a net negative in regards to their contributions, but you have black people celebrating. Again, that video in and of itself is everything wrong with black culture in this country. Now, some people may argue with me and say, hey, this is not black culture. This is ghetto culture, whatever. I'm just saying, black people seem to embrace it more than other folks. So maybe it's not accurate to call it black culture, but it's something, right? It's a problem for black folks nonetheless. I did a story about this black woman who went to Dubai, okay, and got locked up, got arrested for screaming in public, probably being an agent of chaos in public.
We will.
Probably was loud.
I will show that too.
Right?
Oh shit!
Decided to scream at a man and effed around and found out that hey, those countries' laws don't necessarily work the same way that they do in the United States.
I will show
right?
that
you can't
story.
Be loud. Okay,
that he did cover.
And
that
again,
story is crazy.
And think that you can get away with it. Yesterday, I did a story about a streamer who is in Japan harassing people, okay, and causing all types of chaos, and Japanese/American people confronting him on being a general disturbance and an agent of chaos.
Eating niggas' ass today in London. Period. Okay? I'm trying to get this coochie scratch. A coochie scratch. I'm trying to get my coochie stretched and eat a nigga ass. Eat a nigga ass. We be eating niggas' ass today in London. Period. Okay? I'm trying to get this coochie stretched.
In London. That's a oh my God. That was in that's happened in London, yo, where we talking reckless like we're here in America. That's why I say, man, black people, we only safe in America. Like, dog, why are we going out here in other countries talking like this, embarrassing ourselves, and then you get mad. They're gonna get mad. I'm a low streamer, so people don't get mad at me, but you get mad when people say negative things in comments or talk back and say this is the most ignorant thing ever. Or if anybody ever came across my videos and start, oh man, he be bashing that girl for saying eating. Yeah, she's talking about eating ass, like catching monkeypox in London. Who wants to sit up there and catch monkeypox in London? This girl right here does, obviously. And it's sad that she wanted to catch monkeypox, her and her best friend in London.
So here we have a ghetto rapper, right, in London, another country, a foreign country, running around talking about how she likes to get her vagina stretched and how she likes eating men's buttholes, right, in public. in public saying this out loud, walking around, again, making the white people uncomfortable, right? Making them uncomfortable. Again, this is why black folks are an embarrassment. This is why people look at us, and when we're complaining about white supremacy, we're complaining about so-called systemic racism, how bad we got it. People look at this and say, doing it, okay? And this is what she's promoting. This woman has 3 kids. She had her first child at 18, okay? She's a single baby mama. What she raps about is literally degenerate activity, mainly when it comes to sex, okay? All types of crazy stuff, right? Apparently she really likes, putting her mouth and her nose all up in, men's, butts, right? Which again, to me is really beyond me. I'm not sure, but again, these are the type of people that are being promoted, okay? This is what's being promoted to black children, black kids. I want you guys to listen to this interview of how this person talks about herself, how she refers to herself. She has no self-respect whatsoever as a person, okay? And this is, again, who they're pushing on black children. I want you guys to listen to this, okay? She's responding to backlash of a video that she posted on OnlyFans in which, she peed on herself, right? Because apparently she's into that, okay? Perfect candidate to go to Dubai, right? Let's listen to this.
True this, because you are colorful and sexually liberated.
Sexually liberated and colorful. Tells you everything you need to know.
Like even right now, you're going viral on Twitter for released OnlyFans, and it apparently 100% piss is what people are saying.
Yeah, it was 100% piss. I love pissing.
Okay.
I love to pee on myself.
Okay.
I love to pee on myself.
This is what we promote, black people.
You can't make this stuff up, bro.
Look, you got my boy over here cracking up. This is what we promote.
Comments are really disgusting.
Well, no, the thing is, I'm a disgusting person, so it's just like people been knew that about me. I don't give a y'all can keep posting my OnlyFans videos. I mean, I don't do OnlyFans no more.
But what do you say to them that say she's a terrible representation for black women? Stop posting her. She's disgusting.
I feel like when they say disgusting, they're not fine.
Yeah. So again, if I happen to say, hey, this is a disgusting woman, right? If I say that, that's not hate speech, right? Because she's calling herself that. She's saying, yeah, you're right. Okay. If you say that I'm a disgusting woman. So I'm just saying, this is what she's saying. She said it. I'm not saying it. She said it.
4.1 million
okay, she's
views.
telling you exactly who she is and what she's about.
Because that's what we want to hear in our community is how nasty and disgusting somebody is. That's what you want to hear so I can get ratings, so people can come watch my show. That's what I got to do. That's the narrative that they're telling me that I got to push. Degrade them. Just love the nastiness of the nasty people and do the nasty things. Now, the other one that he's talking about with the trucker lady, I'm going to go ahead and play that real quick for y'all because that really what sparked me up to want to just put this in the comments. I was like, are you serious?
That she's in.
And it's cute. It's my first time driving one. I was also told I might be the first female truck driver to ever drive a truck in Dubai.
All right, guys. So we got to talk about a story in which the jokes just write themselves on this one. This story right here is hilarious, but also not hilarious at the same time. But I'm going to warn you. I'm laughing at this one, right? Because this one's kind of funny. As we have to talk about a so-called social media influencer whose name is Tiara Allen. Now, on social media, she goes by the sassy truck driver, okay? She's a Instagram model-ish type woman. She's a black woman who likes trucks, okay? She likes driving trucks, okay? She's a strong, independent woman. And somehow, some way, she ended up out there in Dubai. I have a strong hint in regards to the real reason she's in Dubai, and it's not the reason that the news media is claiming here, but I'm going to talk about that in a moment. She ended up out in Dubai, and now she has been detained, basically arrested for allegedly screaming in public. And once again, we have to talk about a story of a Black woman finding out the hard way that when you go to other countries, you can't get away with the nonsense that you can get away with here in America as a Black woman, right? Because in other countries, they actually have standards, right? And they're just not going to allow you to come into their country and just, do what you want and to say what you want and to talk any type of way you want to people and think that you're going to get away with it. She really did F around, and she found out.
Described as terrifying for a Houston woman who we're told is being detained in Dubai. Fox 26's Domely Keith joining us live near downtown Houston with why she's being held. Domely.
Well, the crime she's charged with may surprise you, and Dubai is increasingly becoming a vacation spot for a number of Houston women. One who's there right now, according to her social media page, is trying to get back to the Bayou City, but according to her mom, her passport has been confiscated because she was charged with screaming in public.
It also could result in prison time. So it's very scary.
The trip turned terrifying for Tiara Young Allen when her mom says she was a passenger in a friend's rental car and they got into an accident there in Dubai. Tina Baxter says when her daughter went to the company to retrieve her ID, credit card, and other items left in the rental, Baxter says it did not go well.
She found out that she could only receive those items if she paid an undisclosed amount of money. She dealt with a very aggressive individual, a young man there who was screaming at her.
Baxter says her 29-year-old daughter ultimately yelled back at the rental car agent, she says, resulting in her being charged for screaming there in Dubai.
And so she is in jail for one reason and one reason alone. She raised her voice. In that country, a female is not even allowed to raise her voice. If she raises her voice, it's punishable by jail time.
It's been very emotional. There are some days I stay up all night crying.
They have a strict law system that is really based on theocracy.
This website warns, quote, laws and customs are very different, so be aware of your actions to ensure they don't offend while in United Arab Emirates. Now, after Baxter says her daughter was charged with screaming in Dubai, her passport has been taken, and the American social media influencer who works as a truck driver can't leave the UAE.
When are you gonna learn? We gotta be careful what you do over in other countries. That's why, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people be going out traveling. You gotta go to your map and you gotta make sure you stay inside guidelines. This stuff is not a game. This stuff is not a joke. And when you F around and find out, you never want to find out in other countries. That's why I played the video earlier to show people, like, in America here, you can talk, you can discuss, you can do that, but you can't do that in other countries. You just can't. You cannot. And this is what happens when you do, and people are like, you're wrong, and that's not fair. And this man is gonna be like, fair, but this is not. Oh, Brittany Griner and this lady, y'all going to other countries doing other things, man. Y'all need to chill out, bro. It's flat out. You know what I'm saying? Because in the same respect, you're going to want other countries to come over here and respect our laws and our rules. You go down there in Texas near that border and get disrespected, and you're going to feel some type of way. You would. You feel some type of, this is America, and you don't belong here, and blah, blah, blah. It's what they're going to yell. And this lady right here is yelling in Dubai, and that's against the law. And I bet you that man probably told her slickly, that's against the law. If you yell at me, I don't care what's against the law. You can't be taking my things and making me pay money that I don't have enough for to get my belongings. Understandable. But now look what that cost you. Instead of calling whoever you got to call, your little friends or whatever, get the lawyer. Hey, give me my stuff back.
According to her mom. And her mom says she's been placed under a travel ban pending the outcome of the investigation.
It's very frightening. The longer she's been there, the more reality has started to kick in.
In our opinion, she did not commit a crime. Don't punish women for doing the same thing a man can do in Dubai. It's not fair and it's not right.
Two different countries, bro.
Now, the 29-year-old does now have an attorney there in Dubai, and her mom says she's told that she could face jail time because there is surveillance video of her screaming. Now, we have reached out to the U.S. and the UAE embassies. Will government officials step in and give her assistance? I'm still awaiting responses. Reporting live near downtown Houston, I'm Damalie Keith, Fox 26 News.
Yo, this story is hilarious for so many reasons. Okay, the first reason being that apparently Dubai has banned women being able to scream in public, which means that they've effectively banned black women from going to Dubai. I mean, that's effectively what they've done. They've banned black women from being able to go to Dubai because, again, if you're a woman and you can't scream in public, there is no way, no how black women are allowed in Dubai, bro. There's a 99% chance. If you're a black woman and you go to Dubai, you're probably going to be arrested, okay? If you're a black woman, you need to stay as far away from Dubai as possible. Dubai and black women are not compatible if you're not allowed to scream in public. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. But apparently,
you see how we laughing? Now, is he wrong for laughing? You be like, yeah, man, he wrong for laughing. He shouldn't be laughing. But, like, bro, this stuff is really, really, really happening. It's really going down. Like, stupidness as it may sound, it's another story that I'm trying to look forward to show you. Just because that happened, it's not just that. Oh yeah, I actually did some research today. Not really. These stories, what's crazy about these stories, y'all, is how easily they fall into my lap. And I can just put them together. I can just imagine me actually doing some real,
overseas
detective work on some stuff like this. And you'd be like, oh, wow.
A United States Army soldier is believed to be in North Korean custody after willingly crossing the border during a civilian tour. Army officials confirmed the soldier was detained during a joint security area tour. They say the junior enlisted Army soldier crossed over the military demarcation line separating North and South Korea. Officials have not yet confirmed that soldier's identity.
News this morning, we learned just a short time ago that a U.S. national was detained by North Korea. It is believed the man is a U.S. soldier. That is according to an American official. Now, according to the United Nations Command, the man was on tour of a joint security area when he crossed the military demarcation line right on the border. We'll get a map at some point to show you where it is. Right on the border between North and South Korea, the demilitarized zone. He crossed the border into North Korean territory, it is believed, when he was taken into custody. We have team coverage. We're joined from the State Department, from the White House. We have our military analyst available. First, though, let's go to CNN's Will Ripley, who has been to North Korea.
I ain't think it was gonna get this deep, but okay, man. Look, I got that. See, I got that coverage for you when it goes down. Yeah.
Well, it's a very interesting location, John, because Panmunjom is basically a series of buildings that straddle the border between North and South Korea in an area known as the DMZ, the Demilitarized Zone. Half the buildings in the north, half the buildings in the south. It's like a tourist attraction. There are gift shops on the North Korean side and the South Korean side. You can get souvenirs. People go, and yes, they see armed soldiers and sniper towers, and there are still mines in the woods, so it can be a pretty dangerous area. But a lot of people cross through without incident every single day that it's open, and it's open for much of the year on the South Korean side. Although the pandemic obviously has thrown a wrench in some of that, and certainly it does on the north as well. So this would have been a pretty routine type of tour showing these service members. This is what North Korea looks like. They're standing very close to North Korea, but it certainly doesn't happen, or doesn't frequently happen, that somebody would actually step out of their group and actually take that walk across the military demarcation line. It's the line that President Trump crossed when he technically became the first sitting U.S. president to cross into North Korean soil, when he was having some impromptu discussions with Kim Jong-un at the DMZ. And this, if indeed this is a service member who has attempted to defect to North Korea, John, it actually wouldn't be the first time. We know of at least 6 U.S. servicemen who have defected to North Korea, but the last time it happened was more than 40 years ago, back in 1982.
Damn.
It's a very different time now. North Korea is a nuclear-armed nation. They've been conducting lots of launches, trying to get the attention of the United States through their missile testing, and the Biden administration has not reached out at all. But now, John, interestingly, this American in North Korean custody may be an opportunity for the North Koreans to engage that they did not have until this person apparently decided to make those steps across the demarcation line into North Korea.
Well, just to be clear, we don't know why he crossed the line, if indeed he did in fact cross the line. But how easy is it? I mean, when...
That's how easy it is to get locked up when you out of the country doing something that you ain't got no business doing. Man, I said this, you know what I'm saying, praise to everybody that went out the country. This administration right here is not the administration to be leaving out the country. You can take it how you want to take it. I hope people don't feel no type of way, because I don't mean no harm. I'm just stating facts when facts are due. It's really not the best opportunity to send people out of the country, because yet again, it's not safe. Somebody, some president, some dictator out there got some damn agenda against America. We not responding. We not doing this. It's always something we not doing, and here we are over in other countries. And look, I just like covering the news, and I really don't know what's going on. So me just trying to learn what's going on through CNN, you know, we're not gonna hear the full truth. Sorry, we're not. But to know that this is going on, I'm just trying to spread the news, spread the word, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Whenever you get a notification that I go live Monday through Saturday. I'm just trying to let you know that this stuff is real. I will be covering these stories like this frequently and every day until we get to know what's going on.
You were on tour there. How close is the North Korean side, and how big of a step is it to simply, go across like that?
It's funny. I've actually only done the tour on the North Korean side. I've never. I signed up for the South Korean tour once, and then they canceled the tour, so I didn't actually get to do it. From the North Korean side, I can tell you it's a bit of a distance. You might have to, if you were trying to get over there in a matter of seconds, you might have to do a little bit of a jog to get across. Maybe it would take you 5 or 10 seconds if you're walking briskly, but it's not a very long distance. It's not a very difficult thing to cross. As you can see in the video there, those blue buildings, there's a nice gap in the middle, and somebody could just walk right through if that's what they wanted to do. But very few people do that. And obviously, when North Koreans attempt to do the crossing, sometimes they're even fired at by other North Korean soldiers. There have actually been incidents of bullets flying in this area with North Korean defectors. Obviously, we don't believe that there were any shots fired in this case of somebody actually walking from south to north. But it's pretty rare. As I said, a service member hadn't happened in decades.
All right, Will Ripley, stand by for us for a moment. Priscilla Alvarez at the White House. What are you hearing from there this morning?
This is a situation, John, that the White House is closely monitoring and trying to wrap their arms around. As you heard there's limited communication with North Korea.
Yet again, I'm just saying like this. So y'all know this happening right now, right? This is really current. And then the lady that's in Dubai is actually Karen. Who y'all think they finna go help? Who did he say? Who she said, man, the White House is behind this right now with her eyes closed. She's saying this because she memorized this. Her eyes closed. She got it back in her mind. I know this speech. I'm ready. She asked me this question. I got this. Hey, the White House is behind this, and We don't need no civil war. Small pine movements to a bigger picture that's going on. That's why I'm saying I'm covering something I feel that's bigger than me, myself, and I. And people that watch my show gonna be like, yeah, he was on it from the beginning. He was actually showing you video. Now I had to show you other videos in between while when there's no story, but every time there's a story that I feel that's they coming to get us. Coming to get us.
This is a situation in which U.S. officials are talking to their allies and really leaning on them as they try to gather more information about the circumstances in which this U.S. national, which was on this tour, crossed into North Korea and is now believed to be detained. Now, again, it is a complicated relationship that
everybody tapping their phones right now. So that means everybody right now is technically on their phones. Like, hey, look, this is what do you know? What do you know? What do you know? What do you know? At the same time, they asking, what do you know? FBI, CIA, all them people, everybody out there is tapping the phones and listening, ear hustling, see who know what, and like, okay, she cool with him and him cool with her and they cool with them and they cool. Like right now, a web is being built. Shit on a bull, a web is being built. That's why I appreciate the news getting covered, but sometimes I wonder when the news getting covered, certain things shouldn't be advertised, especially when it comes to the spy game and war. Understand that I want to keep up with war, but it's a little curious of what things be actually
that the
said
U.S. has with
and
North
put on
Korea,
the screen for
and
us to
one
see.
in which the U.S. has tried to reach out in the past on issues like denuclearization and not received a response. But we do have a sense a little bit about what communication they do have from National Security spokesman John Kirby.
Look, we have channels to be able to communicate with Pyongyang. We don't have, as you know, Caitlin, we don't have an embassy there. We don't have direct diplomatic relations, but there are ways to pass communications back and forth.
So as you heard there are ways for them to pass communication back and forth, but without those diplomatic relations, it makes it all the more difficult and makes this a very tenuous situation. But I will also add, this has been a White House that has made detained Americans a priority. President Biden spoke to it just last week when he was in Finland, saying that he would do all he can, the administration would do all they can for detained Americans. I have reached out to the White House for more comment on this situation. They have not yet weighed in. John?
Priscilla, any sense if the president has been notified yet of this incident?
We are asking those questions. The White House has not confirmed that's been the case, but you can imagine in a situation like this, when there is a detained American, the president would be well aware of it.
All right, Priscilla Alvarez at the White House, stand by. Kylie Atwood now at the State Department. Obviously, relations at the diplomatic level with North Korea are more or less non-existent. What is the view from there this morning?
And because of that, that makes a moment like this even more challenging, even more complicated for U.S. officials, right, John? If you reflect back on the Trump administration, there was pretty regular contact between U.S. officials and North Korean officials as they were setting up those summits between President Trump and Kim Jong-un. So we know that there are ways for the U.S. to send the signals, to send contacts to North Korea.
Damn right, nigga. We gonna send old school. We gonna send them pigeons. We gonna put that bird. We gonna wrap that little note at the bottom of that bird, clip it to their claws, and we gonna fly, bird, fly. You gonna fly his ass over there to the crib, and Craig gonna shoot that bird out the sky. Pow! Enemy. They gonna read that note. They probably gonna use AOL.
But our understanding is that those haven't been hot channels that have been active over the course of the last few years, with U.S. officials saying they haven't received substantive responses from the North Korean side as they have reached out to engage, saying that there would be no preconditions. They wouldn't be asking North Korea to do anything to partake in initial conversations, but the North Koreans just haven't done so. And even in this incident, we're still waiting to learn more details. You know, all we know right now is that according to the UN command, which preserves the stability of the Korean Peninsula, this American crossed over the demarcation line from South Korea to North Korea and did so without authorization. So we're waiting to learn a little bit more about what that means. You know, was the person aggressively crossing over? As we have heard from experts, and I myself have been to the area, it's pretty hard to cross over in an accidental way because these tours are not done to be provocative. These tours are done to show off what the United Nations has been able to do to maintain stability between South Korea and North Korea. So we're waiting to hear a little bit more about just how this all went down. But we should note that there are not, before this incident, any known.
It was not easy to get arrested. You know, this tour is to show off. You know, y'all hear all these points that are being made, and it gets more down to it. It's just like you want to say, like, okay, we sending troops over there to the Ukraine. We're sending a lot of money over there and stuff like that. We got American troops. We got American civilization. I bet you it's probably a good low percentage of how many Americans a year that probably get locked up in other countries. Like, let's not get it twisted. This is nothing other norm. But when you know that certain things are going on, these reportings, except for the one on my guy, you know, that was just alerting black people. But this right here is more time picked, has longer jeopardy of interest for, like, okay, like they said, Ukraine ain't heard nothing from America and since Trump been in office. Now Joe Biden, he ain't messing with Ukraine. No, he messed more with China, with his son and stuff like that. So for this incident to happen and go down, it's like it's gotta raise a yellow flag. It's raising a yellow flag to them because they're news reporters and whatnot. But what can this trigger? Like they said, North Korea been letting off nuke bombs in their ocean to try to trigger us to just to even sit down to have a meeting. Don't forget that. We also learned that our military has softened in the last 15 to 20 years. Yo, this the Brown Line Show, man. Things is getting a little bit out of hand, and we need to come to the realization that it's time to wake up. We smoke weed, we some potheads, you may call it, but the world is not as what it seems, and we can be sleeping in our homes every day and trying to get discovered. And I understand people are not going to watch me because, yet again, I'm a pothead, and what does a pothead know? He just smokes weed. He's just sitting there. But people know that watch my show, that used to watch my show, that still watch my show, know that I'm bringing facts to the table now that I can bring videos and show the mainstream media what's going on. It's like they still want to ignore, which is okay. Y'all still want to ignore what's going on. So when it does happen, I don't want to hear nothing. Me personally, don't want to hear nothing.
Detained by North Korea at this time. The last Americans who were released from North Korea were released in 2018, 3 Americans. And then, of course, after that, we saw that there were multiple summits between President Trump and Kim Jong-un, which obviously didn't deliver any results on denuclearization. But it was the first time that we saw such high-level engagement between the two sides.
Kylie Atwood, let me just ask and put a fine point on it because there is still so much we don't know. We do not know at this point if this U.S. soldier willingly, decisively walked across the border on purpose or whether it was some kind of accident, correct?
That's right.
All right, that is very important to know at this point to determine, I think, the posture of both countries as we move forward over the next several hours. I want to bring in retired Lieutenant General Mark Hertling. You obviously have been near there, General. You know what it's like to be a serviceman on duty and also.
I ain't gonna give us too much of this story, y'all. I gave y'all the facts, y'all. Just to show y'all it's really, really going down. We really need to wake up, bros. We really need to wake up, bros. I'm not gonna hold y'all, because I feel like y'all not really, truly ready for the facts, what's going down. So I'll see y'all tomorrow with another story. Until next time, good morning, good afternoon, good night, whenever time you're watching this. Peace.